Yo, what is up everybody, it's your bro Promises P here, bringing you guys another kind of video. So in the background you guys will be seeing two different gameplays, both played on Nuketown and both played on my second account. The first gameplay which you're watching right now is on FFA, I go 30-2, and the next one is on S&D, I go 17-1. So hope you guys enjoyed that. But anyways, I asked you guys on Twitter a couple days ago to ask me some questions using the hashtag APQ, and I got a lot of questions back. I got some funny ones, I got some serious ones, so we're going to go ahead and answer them today for this Q&A video. I'm going to try to get through as much as I can because I did get a lot of questions, so if I don't get to your question, or if you didn't even ask a question, I will be doing a part 2, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, first question comes from Navy SP, and this question is, why do I smell like rosebuds and drink the finest wine around? I guess it has something to do with the wine. I mean, it is some fine wine, so that has to have some effect on how you smell, I guess. Next question comes from Logic. Favorite team you have ever been in? So back then it used to be Hue. I used to say this a lot. You know, Hue was my favorite team because it was honestly one of my favorite teams. I don't know what made it my favorite, but it was really cool. But ever since Hue ended, you know, I went to SP. I moved on to my dream team, SP, one of my dream teams, and now it's just awesome to be a part of the team. And sorry Hue, but SP has to be one of my favorite teams as of right now. So next question comes from Logic again. Can you titty knack? I can titty knack, I just prefer to money knack, whatever you call it, because I just think it looks cooler. Next question comes from XJMX Cuban. Is it true the fatter a COD player, the faster he falls to the ground while trickshotting? That's why I only 540. Cuban, if you're 540ing, I think your sensitivity is pretty low, so you might want to have to change the sensitivity and change it to a high sensitivity. Next question comes from Violet GK. Boobs or ass, pickle or marshmallows, Blaziken or iced? I'd have to go with ass. I'd go with marshmallows, and I'd have to pick ice because I've known them longer. Next question comes from Abby again. Do you like pickles, or do you like bagels because you're bagels? I see what you did there, but sorry, I do not like bagels, so you're gonna have to look for somebody else. Next question comes from Abby again. Why do you sound like a 12-year-old squeaker? You may have been talking to my brother who happened to be on my account, so yeah, that's the only possibility for that. Next question comes from Flashy Bro. What are your future goals? So I do get this a lot, and I want to go to law school. I want to become a lawyer and stuff like that because it does catch my interest a lot. I see it a lot in movies and things like that, and I find it really interesting. So I think, you know, being a lawyer and everything would be really cool. Next question comes from XJMX Utility. Who inspired you to knife? Also, what is the sickest trick shot you ever hit? Utility, you already know that you're the one that inspired me to knife, and I don't really have a sickest trick shot. I do have, you know, my favorite shots, and I'd say one of my favorite shots, you know, recently that I've hit so far is that cross map on silo for the XJMX OC. That has to be one of my favorites because I'm all about distance, and that was just complete distance, so that has to be one of my favorites. Next question comes from Oso. Is Germany a cool country? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 7. You know, it's a new experience, new people, new food. It's a whole, you know, different big change and everything. But it's definitely not as cool as it is back home. Next question comes from Oso again. What is it like being a military child? I also get this question a lot. Being a military child it's awesome. You know, you get to travel a lot. You get to experience new things. However, the only downfall is meeting new people because sometimes you can get attached to these new people, but then 3 to 5 years later you have to end up moving again and you have to say goodbye to these people, and that honestly does suck. Next question comes from Zach OC. How is Rams in SP? Rams is in SP because he's a good feeder. I've seen his clips before. He links me, he screenshots, and honestly he is amazing. Anybody who can feed actually does have my respect, because I cannot feed. I've tried it myself and I get so frustrated. It's unbelievable. Next question comes from Visual Rap. When are you gonna start Knight again? So if you've been subbed to me for a while, Knight was a clan that I started way back then when I started getting into trick shotting and sniping and knifing and everything. It was just a clan that I did for fun and everything. But I don't think I'm ever gonna start Knight again or any other clan ever because I suck at leading. Next question comes from Bernie. Why haven't you quit yet? You've been going for XGMX longer than my hairline started receding. Well, for me, I will never quit at anything. If you have a goal, I believe that you should just go after it no matter how long it takes you, because honestly, it does feel good to accomplish or achieve a goal. and if you just leave it behind, you will regret it later on. Next question comes from Leon Vlogs. Why am I fat? I honestly don't know that. Next question comes from Rams SP. Can I join SP and will you add me? Well, Rams, I think you've been living in a cave for a while now because you're already in SP, and yeah, you can add me. Next question comes from Ivy's BL. Who inspired you to knife? I've mentioned this before, but I was just red gunning on MW3 one day, and then some faggot named Blade Utility started running around knifing me, and it did piss me off. But you know, we somehow ended up being friends. I think I sent him a message or something like that, like what the hell or something. After that, we started talking, and I started knifing along with him, and I just got really into it. Next question comes from XJMX Mara. Did you think that knifing would ever become this big? You know, back then the knifing community was just so small, but yet it was impossible, you know, for anybody to not notice what creativity was going around, you know. Instead of spinning around or just running around with a sniper, you had people doing it with knives. So it was impossible to notice that because it was something creative, and creativity is something that a lot of people love. So I did kind of see the knifing community, you know, growing, and it has. I mean, you have knifers in Obey, FaZe, and Red. It's just amazing to see what the knifing community has come to, and it still grows today, so that's amazing. But anyways, guys, sorry, that is all the questions I have for this video. I will be doing a part 2, so sorry if I didn't get to your question. And if you didn't even ask a question, stay tuned for part 2. I will announce it on Twitter, the hashtag and everything to use. So if you don't follow me on Twitter yet, link is right, or not the link, but my Twitter is right there on your screen. It should be right there. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, slap that like button, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe for more awesome content. I do have a lot of content coming out for you guys. I even have a blog in France that I have edited and stuff like that. So, you know, stay tuned for all that. This has been your bro Promises P, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.